What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday, our favorite day of the week. And I have an opportunity for everyone that I'm going to be getting in on after having a discussion on our Discord today. By the way, it is free, so feel free to use the link in the description below to join the Discord, to get on these plays as soon as I learn about them, as soon as I decide to get in on them. And also feel free to use my link in the description to get in to Webull if you don't currently have a brokerage that allows you to trade in the pre-market and the aftermarket, especially the pre-market on Mondays, the hottest time of the week. Oftentimes, you might miss out on a surge of a stock that was talked about in the weekend or end of the previous week. So use Webull, use the link below. You get 4 free stocks if you deposit $100. So please feel free to hop in. Today I'm going to be talking about ticker symbol VYNE before I take too much of your time. So VYNE Therapeutics, guys. This is a therapeutics company. Again, I've been talking a lot about biotech and I've been talking a lot about pharmaceutical companies, but this one here is one that I think has some fantastic potential, and so do the big guys at Wall Street, and I'll talk about the price action and what the analysts are rating it. So again, this is a penny stock yet again. I know I've been talking about a lot lately, but hopefully you watched my previous video to discuss kind of my take about penny stocks and what kind of potential I see in this one here. But VYNE, I think they have some fantastic products. So they're already FDA approved. They have AMZEEQ, which is a minocycline, again, an antibiotic, tetracycline antibiotic, topical foam, 4%. And they also have Zilixi. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that, but it's also a minocycline topical form, a little less potent at 1.5%. And again, these are the first of their kind in the market. And recently, not too long ago, did they receive FDA approval. And now they're slowly but surely going to be adopted. As you can see, Zilixi, that one has NDA approval and launched Q4 2020. So brand new product that's going to hopefully show in their Q4 earnings sometime in Q1. So we'll probably see those coming up. So what is VYNE? Again, some of the things in their pipeline, as I mentioned, minocycline, 2 different topicals for acne vulgaris. So AMZEEQ, the one that I'm interested in, because I'm going to talk about how they got a contract with a PBM, a pharmacy benefits manager, because that is some huge information. Guys, sorry, I'm overly excited. Let me calm down. So AMZEEQ. So it's the first topical minocycline. At the pharmacy, as a pharmacist, I see a lot of patients who take oral minocycline. Unfortunately, they have to take chronic antibiotics for their acne, because oftentimes that's all that works. There's also other topicals that are used, like clindamycin gel. We see a lot of different ones. So again, one of the big things here that makes this advantageous is the fact that it's in a topical formulation and a foam. Foams in general, as formulations, are usually less irritative to the skin than something like a gel, an ointment, or even a cream. So as you can see here, they talk about, of course, the total addressable market. They say about 50 million Americans currently have acne vulgaris or are affected by it. 10 million of whom have moderate to severe disease. So the 10 million are probably the ones who are seeking additional therapy for their condition. So a pretty big total addressable market. Now, the press release that came out last Thursday that I just found out about, because again, it was pasted into the Discord and they put it on my radar. VYNE Therapeutics announces contract execution of AMZEEQ and Zilixi minocycline, again, both topical minocycline antibiotics, with major pharmacy benefits manager company. So what are PBMs? Pharmacy benefits managers, guys, are basically the people, they're the middleman between pharmacies and insurance companies who are a part of what we call a formulary committee. So they could tell an insurance company whether or not they want to put a drug as a formulary product, or something that they would allow an insurance to have on their formulary, which then is covered for a patient who's interested in it. So if it's not going through a PBM, or they don't have a contract with a PBM, so again, if that's not the case, oftentimes a patient could not afford a medication like this. I don't know what the cash price is. We can actually look at that. Let's pull it up here. GoodRx. If we put in, I doubt it's going to be on there because it's such a new drug, but let's see. We'll look at that. Just again, I'm showing you guys my process. This is what I do for some patients who look for discounts on medications. But let's see if we go to AMZEEQ. Look at that. Here's the top pharmacies, $420 with a discount. That is a lot of money for a topical. And again, that is for 30 grams of the 4%. So it looks like just 30 grams. If you do a gram a day, that's about a 30-day supply for $420. Way too much. So that excites me that AMZEEQ is going to be working, and they have executed a contract with a PBM. That means that their sales are going to start going up because people who can't afford these potentially can now start paying a lesser copay. It's still going to be considered a higher tier medication, so don't get me wrong there. And basically, if it's a higher tier medication, guys, there will be a significant copay. But instead of 400s, it might be somewhere in the $50, $75, $100 monthly copay. So that's a lot more affordable. So again, contracts with PBMs are good things for pharmaceutical companies and their products because more and more of them will be, again, massively adopted, especially for those who are in a lower income bracket. Because again, that's where this really applies to. Lower income, middle class, even some higher income. People, this depends on their motives and their interests. They might not see this as something that's, super debilitating, so they don't think it's as important. But to me, most of the patients I've seen with acne, they're very persistent and looking to get a solution ASAP. So I also looked at some of their earnings information, and guys, they're getting slowly but surely, as you can see here, they talk about some of the things about the analyst forecast. But if you look here, September 2020, so Q3 earnings per share, they're still a little bit in the negative, but guys, they are almost positive. They're almost net positive, which is huge for a pharmaceutical company, especially one that's so young. And I'm going to show you that's still in the penny stock range. That's ridiculous to me. This is so exciting. So what do the analysts say? Analysts are saying from its current price, it is a strong buy. Again, I really like this website. I've been using it a lot, but it's saying that it's a strong buy. 7 on the high, 550 on the average, 350 on the very low in the next 12 months. On the very low, 350. So remember that, guys. Some of these other people, some of the other analysts in here, one said $15 price target. Her success rate is not the best, so I'm going to take her information as for a grain of salt. But when it comes to this, $7 with Patrick, who is a 4.5-star analyst from Wall Street, these guys know what they're doing more than I do. So that's why I like to bring them up in my videos. Since I don't want you to take my word for it, because I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I do this for financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. But it seems like this is kind of a no-brainer if you ask me. Now, we did see it run up. It's up about 10% in the aftermarket on Friday. So opening up tomorrow, it's going to open up pretty hot Monday morning. But what am I going to do? I'm hoping that I can at least get some shares and average down because I believe in the company. I always say, if you believe in a company, you will start a position and average down if it pulls back, but never put a significant amount in these penny stocks because, things can happen to make them drop significantly. And if we even look at the 5-day here, again, they were $1.65, so up pretty significantly on the 5-day. If we look at the 1 month, not too significant. Guys, this has been running sideways for a long time now. So we're maybe catching it at a good buying opportunity. And as you can see, at some point they were very high at $35 a share back in 2018. And again, that's because of anticipation probably for their products, etc. You can go back and do your due diligence because I'm not focused on the past from that far ago. If I just look at the 1 year even, $5, $6 kind of came down. Again, because we looked at their earnings a second ago. They weren't doing so well. They're always negative. So again, there's this percent surprise that the NASDAQ talks about. Of course, go in and do your due diligence and everything like that. But to me, I'm not worried about the past really because of the contract that they secured with the PBM. I see that the stock is going to have some significant increase in the near future. So what am I going to do? I'm going to open up a position. But again, if you can get this price, if you can get the stock at where it was consolidating at $1.60, because if you even look at the 1 month or the 6 month, $1.38.35 was its lowest. So if you ever see a drop anywhere there, that's definitely going to be a buy zone. But again, for me, at $1.60 to $1.80 even, that's a good buy price. Right now, a little overbought, but I'm expecting, because of the news, it's going to even fly further up. So guys, please look into this one. Keep it on your watch list for the coming days. And as always, please be careful when you're investing into penny stocks. They are very volatile. We don't know where they're going to go. But VYNE therapeutics is one that I'm pretty bullish about. So me, myself, I will be starting a position on Monday, averaging down. If it pulls back and if it doesn't, I'll ride the wave. So as always, everyone, until next time, keep investing.